Hi, I'm Selena Hill with NV Magazine, and today we're here at the 4th annual Reginald F. Lewis Foundation Luncheon Gala. This year, the gala will honor Eugene A. Profit, a former NFL player for the New England Patriots and CEO of Profit Investment Management. So stick around and let's go inside. What is the legacy of your husband, the late and great Reginald F. Lewis?
If what I were to ask, what can people follow about his life? He came from humble beginnings, but he had dreams. But for that dreams, he worked hard. Okay, so you cannot, as he always says, I am not an overnight success. Worked hard, total focus, relentless pursuit of that goal. And he did that, all throughout. When he was in high school, a young child, he wanted to be a pro baseball. And he practiced every afternoon with a ball on a tree, and he was hitting it. So something like that. So that is his legacy. Be ambitious, work hard, be relentless in pursuing it.
Tell us what this event is all about and who are you honoring?
Well, we're honoring Eugene Profit for the Reginald F. Lewis Award and Professor Sanders Millennium Award. But it really means for Professor Sanders is that before Mr. Lewis was anybody, as a 25-year-old senior of Virginia State, Professor Sanders saw there was something in him and said, if you want to come to Harvard Law School, you have a seat. And for Eugene Profit, just like my husband, pro football, although my husband was in high school football, he was a quarterback. And when Mr. Lewis hurt his shoulder, he shifted to academics, always a plan B. And Eugene Profit, after his injury, so he could not continue as a pro football player, he shifted to finance. From 100,000 capital, he raised it to an asset management of $2 billion.
Tell us, how has Reginald F. Lewis, his legacy, influenced and inspired your move from playing in the NFL to getting into investment?
Yeah, well, when Reginald did that deal, I was playing football at that time, and I was reading the magazine and saw that an African-American man had created a $1 billion company. That was exciting to me, having a Yale degree, and I decided, well, if he could do it, maybe I could do something similar, and so that's why I decided to go into finance.
Wow. And you'll be receiving the Reginald F. Lewis Award today. Why is this award so significant to you?
Well, I think the whole idea of giving back and being able to lead a path to come along and have people that follow behind you have a roadmap to get things done. And so to be named for an award after such a legend makes me very happy. I'm just absolutely thrilled that they would consider me. I never considered myself to be of this caliber, but the fact that other people have interests and maybe someone else will read about his story, my story, and be inspired to do similar is a great thing to me.
Why is it so important to celebrate him each and every year in this manner?
You have to, because of the young people coming up. He did things that was unreal. And we're in a society now that's unreal, because segregation is still here at its highest because it's subtle. But we have to let young people know that you can be a sports person, but you can also be a business person. And it takes intelligence, it takes grit, but it takes patience. And you can be as great as you want to be.
I'm standing with Mr. Sean Baldwin. What brought you out to this event today?
Reginald Lewis is an idol for me, and I've been actually a part of all of the events from the beginning. And Lloyd Lewis is a good friend of mine, but I think that he's an iconic person that represents an entrepreneurial spirit that should be promulgated in the African American community.
Tell us, what do you think Reginald F. Lewis has done for African American entrepreneurs of this generation?
He made it possible for all of us to look beyond any other convention and expand businesses to anything that we could dream of. Reg, by virtue of taking $1 million of his own money and acquiring $1 billion global enterprise, made it possible to think that anything could be done. For me personally, I built an investment bank after working with American Express. We did a little bit over $68 billion in transactions for a 3.5-year period. That was all because I kind of patterned myself after Reg. I've been a devotee of Reg. I kind of tracked all the steps. And I'm like one of the many acolytes that read the book and thought about the possibilities and what could be.
Wow. Thank you again. Thank you. Hi, I'm Selena Hill with NV Magazine, and we just wrapped up the 4th annual Reginald F. Lewis Luncheon here at the Lewis Estate in East Hampton. We hope you had a wonderful time celebrating the legacy of Reginald F. Lewis, and we will see you again next year.